Let's put an Atomos Ninja TX on all 4 of my cameras. I have 4 Atomos Ninja TXs here. I am a huge Atomos fan. I had the originals, I had the Ninja, the Vs. I had one for all of my cameras. So I upgraded for each of them. So we're gonna take these out the box and then I'm gonna set them up on each of the cameras that I have. If you saw another video of mine, I recently picked up a Sony FX2, so that needs an Atomos Ninja 2, and upgraded all the old Atomoses that I have. So those ones will stay in studio and these ones will go out into the field. And the reason I always go with the Atomos Ninja monitors is because you get that built-in backup recording. For me, that is a no-brainer. If I could have a built-in safety net, I'm always gonna take that. And having the ability to send the clips up to the cloud in real time as you're filming is really great for me, especially when I'm on the red carpet. I don't need a live view. I can literally connect my Atomos and send the clips to the cloud. Now the question is, should I peel off all the plastics? All right, let's do the first one. Get in a little close if you want to zoom in. All right, here we go. Here goes the first one. I don't know, that's always gonna be so satisfying to me. I don't care what anybody says. I could probably watch someone peel the plastic off a bunch of stuff for a couple of hours and be good. All right, so I did do an unboxing on this already if you wanna see that, but I'm just going to take out, is there anything I really need to take out? Oh, the antennas, I can take all of those things out later, but what's clutch is this locking USB-C cord. Like, that is fire. I haven't seen that with other units, so you don't have to worry about your USB-C coming out or being tugged. Like, once it's in, it's in. All right, so we have the first one out and we're gonna do this 3 more times. All right, there goes 1. Let's open up number 2, and I have to get a pouch for each one of these now. So for my other Atomoses, I had a dedicated pouch for each one. I actually have them over here. So like, I would have a FX30 pouch, I would have a FX3 pouch, and I'll have a FX6 pouch. So what I do is in each pouch, I would put the Atomos Ninja along with all the cables and things that go with it, so that I just have to grab one thing whenever I'm grabbing my camera. So I'm definitely gonna do the same thing with this. Let me know if you guys have any recommendation for pouches, because I'm gonna need a few of those. All right, so I'm trying not to be too messy with the, I just put my fingerprints. Oh well. All right, here we go. Box number 2. If you guys want to come overhead. Bop, bop, bada, bop, bop. All right, here we go. If you missed it the first time, here we go again. Let's do a different angle. Let's do something a little different. Let's start from this side. Here we go. So beautiful, just so wonderful. All right, boom shakalaka. That is monitor number 2. All right, we have a couple more to go. I do a lot of event coverage, a lot of 2 and 3 camera shoots, a lot of sit down interviews, and always have an Atomos. So this is just gonna add to the repertoire, and to be able to get things to my editor a bit faster is actually going to be amazing. To be able to have proxies. Also, this allows you to shoot RAW. I know some other cameras, you know, like the Canon R5C shoots RAW right out the gate. These Sony cameras unfortunately do not, but the Atomos Ninja TX allows you to record not only in ProRes, but ProRes RAW. So I'm definitely going to be diving into that more. I'll probably do another video on showing you how to set that up with the FX2 and the FX3. Here we go, time number 3. I may leave one on so my partner can do one, but what the hell. All right. Let's see, let's put my babies out. You know, some people buy a lot of purses, some people buy a lot of bags. Me, I'm all about the monitors. It's all about the image and redundancy. So even when I'm filming and recording audio, I'm recording audio not only to the camera, but then I'm recording it to the mic itself in 32-bit float, so I'm getting a backup. Even right now for this video, I technically should be recording a backup. So you know what the heck, I'm just gonna hit it. So I'm sending the audio to the camera with the Hollyland Lark Max 2. And I'm also recording to the device, at least I am now. This is for social media, so I'm not as pressed. I do have a video, I should have a video out where I show you how to connect 4 Hollyland Lark Max to one receiver, not only for the iPhone, but also for the FX2 and the FX6. So make sure you check that out. And I found a way to record 4 channels separately with the FX6 from the Hollyland Lark Max 2. So if you're an audio buff and you're a geek, then you're gonna appreciate that one. All right, last one. I will leave the screen protector or the cover on for this one. A little bit more about the Ninja TX. You have 2 ports back here to connect your Wi-Fi antennas. It has SDI in and out, 2 USB-C ports that you connect the hard drive, and a USB-C charging port, and HDMI in and out, and a CF Express Type B card reader, so you don't have to have a chunkier, SSD on the back like you do with the Atomos. All right, so that is all of them. So now let's get the cameras so they can be connected. So this is the Sony FX2, one of Sony's latest flagship cameras on the cinema line. Some people hate using the hot shoe to mount a monitor, but if you're not doing backflips, if you're not horseback riding, if you're not on a tractor trailer, if you're not in a ATV, it is fine. No one is bouncing up and down, jiggling it, putting pressure. No, we just putting the monitor in there gently, neatly. I've had my FX3 for years, and I've always put, not always, but I often put the monitor there, and I've had no issues. My hot shoe works just fine. So I know there are people who feel otherwise, to each their own. Again, I've had this, when did this come out? In 2021, I think. So for 4 years, my hot shoe works just fine. So as long as you're treating your cameras with care and respect, you could put stuff in the hot shoe. Like, they make it, it's the cinema line for a reason, okay, people? Do some cinematic things. I still know some people are gonna have an issue, it's fine. Can't make everybody happy. Let's also take out the FX6 because we're gonna mount it on that as well. Again, pardon the hot combobulation of a mess that's going on here. Pretty much I had 3 back-to-back shoots and literally just came home, dump footage, Didn't really have time to put things away, and then things came in. So if I'm gonna be embarrassed about anything, it's gonna be about I was working a lot. I ain't clean, I just didn't put stuff away. Okay, so we have, this is the go-to lineup, you guys. This lineup is insane. All right, we have the FX30 over here, crop sensor, but really great when you're shooting from far distances, and that crop comes in and you get that extra punch with the 70-200. Next, we have the FX3, the workhorse monster, the low light monster, the Mr. Reliable, always comes through, never fails. Then we have the new in-house pristine and lean clean FX2 with the 33 megapixels, is gonna give you great photos and videos. And of course, we have the Monster House FX6, great for all your dock work, run and gun work with that built-in ND. All right, so now we're gonna put a cold shoe on each of these, and we're gonna put the monitor on it. I'm gonna be using the 61010 cold shoe adapter from Kane TV. I really like these adapters because it allows you to rotate the screen even after you've secured it. With other ones, you can't really twist it around as much. I want to put this in a different spot so that I have more flexibility. So I'm just gonna put this right here and then tighten this here. So I added a small rig cold shoe adapter right here. So I'm just gonna take one of these bad boys, I'm gonna screw it in on the bottom, and then I'm going to slide this on as such and tighten it. There we go. So what's great about this, like I said, is look, I can still twist it. So if they need to see quickly, I can twist it and then I could twist it back. Shout out to Kane TV for their cold shoe adapters. I do think it is one of the best out there. All right, so now let's move down the line to camera. I gotta tighten this one actually. So what's great is if you have an Allen key, you can actually come in here. Let me get my small rig adapter. You did give it back to me, and where did I put it? I think I put it in here. So what's great is you can tighten these. So I'm actually gonna tighten this one so that it can support the weight a little bit better. So I'm just gonna come over here and make this a little more snug. I think it's two, it might be this one on the side here. Okay, yeah. And let's tighten this one as well. This is just gonna help keep it in place a little bit better. There we go. I think I'm loosening it and I want to tighten it. So I think there we go. Okay, so that's much snugger. Perfect. So it's not just gonna fall back. So I got it's not gonna do that no more. All right, so these are fresh out the box, so I may have to tighten them as well. All right, so let's do the FX3 next. Just gonna put it on there. Actually, let's put it on the monitor first. So could put it at the top or the bottom and flip the image later if you want to, but for consistency, I'm gonna put them all on the same way. All right, and then let's slide this on and tighten it. And again, I'm gonna do the same thing and just tighten up the joint here, just so it's a bit more snug. All right, cool. And let's see. This one feels like it's might be done already. All right, cool. So let's grab another Atomos. Y'all, I'm gonna be set for the field. Got a few inquiries for a few shoots already, so I'm excited to take these bad boys out into the field. All right. And in and twist. Awesome. All right, and then last but not least, the FX30. We're gonna actually take this one fresh out the box. I just ordered a bunch of these because I just know that they're good. If it works good, you know, why change it? As you can see, if it works good, why change it? If you look at a lot of the professional people online who are creating content that are doing things, most of them are using Atomos Ninjas just because of all the pro features that they have with the added ability to record. I can't stress enough how important it is to have that backup recording, to be able to get ProRes, to be able to get your proxies, to get RAW, to get NDI, all of that comes built in with the monitor. I think previously they had those things separately. Now they all come in the unit, which is really great. All right, so this one is in there. Let's just tighten it a bit. Okay. All right, I think that's a decent tightness. All right, so let's just turn one of them on. Let's grab a lens. We have the 24-70 here. This is the G Master version 1. Thought about upgrading, but I'm just like, it's a lot more for a lighter lens, but I'm happy with the one that I have. All right, so we have a battery in here. This is great. So now we should power the monitor. That would be nice. So let's see if we can find, I think I have a, yes. So I have a NPF battery here, but typically I would just power it from a V-mount battery on the back. So yeah, let me do that how I would normally power it. So for something like the FX6, I would just take a V-mount battery, put it on the back. Then I would take a dummy USB-C cable, something like this one here, and just plug that in on the back. Then I would run the USB-C into the V-mount battery as such. All right, great. Let's turn on the camera and, oh, we need to connect it to the monitor. So hey, we get to use SDI. So we're gonna do SDI in, sweet. And let's turn this bad boy on. And let's see what we get. All right, she's firing up. This is actually the first time I'm turning it on, so let's see, air glue detected, and air glue module has been detected. Before using, please select your region of use. Yes, we are North America, confirm. All right, input. Right now the input is set to HDMI, so that's why it says no input. We're gonna click on that and change that to SDI, and now we're gonna hit OK, and now we should see the image. Great. So it is working beautifully. And if we tap on the screen, we can clear everything. We can also bring up the menu, and you can connect it to Wi-Fi. You can connect it via Ethernet. You can do time lapses on it. You can schedule uploads. You get time code. You can sync it to different networks. You can name the files. You can, get up to monitor 12 different audio channels and pick and choose which ones you want to record. You could also do a mic line in, which is great. You could use CF Express or a USB-C SSD. You just have so many options, and you can do your firmware updates directly from the unit as well. So you don't always have to worry about connecting it to a computer. You have some output settings as well, different input settings, and of course HDMI or SDI. So it is jam-packed with features. If you come down here, once you are recording, you can turn on different waveforms and peaking and zebra. You can turn on everything to your heart's desire, different frame guides, different LUTs. There's also, onion skin and false color. Pretty much everything you want is packed into this feature-rich monitor. Nothing on the market compares for this size and for the professional tools that you get. So there you have it, 4 cameras, 4 Atomos Ninja TXs. These are my go-to monitors for professional loadouts and professional shoots. Do have other monitors that I use for different things, sometimes specifically just for pulling focus or monitoring. But in terms of what's gonna live on my camera, it's always gonna be a Ninja. And then I may put a HDMI transmitter on the back and connect it to another monitor. Or if I have a setup that's specifically for an AC, then I may use another monitor that connects to other monitors. So, and then what's great is they will have firmware updates, so I can definitely imagine camera control coming to it. For me, it's not really a big deal because Sony has the monitor and control app where you can literally control everything from an iPad. So I'd rather be able to see all of them on one device and just have a general feed of all the cameras. But yeah, Atomos Ninja TX is a clutch and dope monitor to have in your arsenal. Definitely consider picking one up if you are looking one for your device. And yeah, I just love them. I have a bunch of the Ninja V's. Like that's where that's my background. I do have history, and so I'm happy with the product. I love it. I think it's great. I am the Chef Gal, and you just got the recipe.